again this evening. I am on my challenge. Some of you don't know about the challenge, but I took Alicia J Speaks up on her challenge for the live challenge to to go live every day until the 28th of February. So I'm here for it. However, I am on day 3, and so I am glad that you are in here with me. Thank you for joining the live. If you just joined the live, double tap the screen. Make sure you're liking the live. If you're watching the replay, make sure you like the live and share it. Share it out to at least 3 different people. Let them know that we're here live on Queen's Alchemy, because today is for the cool kids. The cool kids are showing up today here on Queen's Alchemy, and we're going to be going to class. I told you yesterday that I had some things that I wanted to talk to you about, that I wanted to cover, that I think that you might like, that you might be interested in. However, we're going to get right into it. We're not going to take a lot of time with all of the introduction and therefore going forward. But I do want to start with saying that the first thing I'm going to cover before I get into the other is that I am in the process of peace and love. I'm in the process of fasting. I am on day 3. This was not a planned fast. I listened to my body. I allowed myself to know when it was time to get started, and I actually did get started. So I am over the top excited, and I just wanted to share that I can't believe the challenges that I faced trying to get into this, but it's all about a reset of your body. So I get a lot of questions all the time. So I'm going to start a class right now about fasting. Fasting is one of my go-to things, and y'all all know I like to do it. But that's not the only thing I'm going to cover today. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, because I got some special surprise as far as the topics and the subject we're going to cover in class today at Queen's Alchemy. And this is the gathering for the cool kids. So come on over and come on in. Tap that screen, double tap it. Let me know that you're in the place, because we're getting ready to get started right now. First and foremost, I'm just going to share my experience through the first 3 days. My first 3 days showed up, and give me a moment. Yes, here we go. So my first 3 days, I showed up, and I apologize. The first 3 days when I showed up for my fast, I showed up because I showed up for me. Meaning that I woke up, and you have to start to listen to your body, right? So I was listening to my body. I was like, oh, I need to fast. My body told me I needed to fast, so I decided to go ahead and let me go ahead and fast. In this instance, though, my challenging times is usually on my second day, but today on the third day, it challenged me too. So I'm thinking, well, I know what I'm going to do about that. I think I'm going to watch some food videos to get prepared for my fast that I'm going to break tomorrow. Not a good idea. So I'm going to get into these questions that I typically get asked about fasting, and what fasting is and what it can do for you. I know y'all have heard me talk about it several times, but it can never get old, because it's definitely a healing for the body, and that's why I do it. All right, so one of the questions that I get about fasting is, first of all, why should you fast? First of all, practice of fasting is things like you would be able to gain more clarity. It's a spiritual cleansing. It cleanses your body, not only physically, but for your spiritual side. Spiritual growth is the other one. If you have insulin sensitivity, it helps you with the insulin sensitivity. And some people use it to get deep in their faith, or, like I said, a spiritual meaning behind it. So fasting can do a lot of things. It can heal your body. It definitely, double tap the screen, please. If you're in the place, double tap the screen. And then there's different types of fasting, which I've covered before. The first type of fasting is uh, intermittent fasting. People are very familiar with the intermittent fasting, meaning that you eat once a day in a window of time that you choose. And that window of time that you're choosing to eat, you actually um, you only eat, and during that window of time, you only eat for like a period of hours. So in a 24-hour period, you might fast for what 16 hours, and I mean, yeah, fast for 16, eat for 8. I think I typically would not choose to do that for myself because of, you don't want to keep eating just to eat. So I typically do a 23-1, right? So in addition to that, what are the different types of fasting? um, Double tap the screen like the live. The common fasting methods, other than just like the 16-8 or the 5-2, or you could do the rolling fast, which is what I'm kind of doing right now, where I go into fasting for 3 days, and then um, from the 3 days that I fast, I go into eating for one day and then go right back into the 3 days. This is actually, if you're looking to release some weight, become disciplined in the food that you partake and eat, this is where you want to be. You want to be eating your food. I mean, you want to be eating no more than twice a week, basically, because you're going to eat every 3 days. Now, in conjunction with that, you want to know that you can also do alternate day fasting, which is a form of rolling fast, which is you're going to eat every other day. I don't know how feasible that works for some people, but it didn't work for me. I'm not typically hungry every day when I'm in a fasting state. Typically, my hunger comes into play when I get to day two. So after I start a fast, day two, I struggle because I'm actually thinking about food pretty much the whole time. It's not just a reset when you're fasting for your body, it's a mental reset. It resets your mental as well. You become clear. You begin to have to deal with things that you would definitely were blocking out before because of, having the opportunity to mask it with, eating and not focusing. So your focus becomes more clear on what you're thinking about. And so you have that open window, you have that window of time where you're becoming clear. So when you're doing that alternate day fasting, I think that kind of jolts that a little bit. Then you have the fasting where it's a lifestyle. I have people that I am in association with that actually uh, fast for a majority of a month. Out of 30 days they fast about 20 days out of the 30 days every month. And so, but you have different ways that you can fast and different ways that you can eat. So that's why I wanted to touch on that. That was just one of the questions that you get, like what are the different ways that you can fast, and then what were your reasons for fasting. Double tap that screen if you're in the place. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know that you're here. um, all right. So uh, if you want to fast, there's ways to, people ask me all the time too, do I have to do anything to get started with fasting? Do I need to change the way I eat before I start fasting? Do I need to detox? What's the difference between a cleanse and a fast? Like, so many questions I get like that. Typically, the difference between a cleanse and a fast is, a cleanse is going to be something that you partake in that cleanses out your system with using herbs and different herbs to cleanse your body, teas, things like that. You will cleanse out your body. Um, just participating in those things, staying away from different types of foods, putting them in your body. Um, and you also would be um, the different types of food you put in the body. Okay, so then you also, of course, in a fast, I mean, in a cleanse, you're gonna, drink plenty of water, just like you do in a fast. So those are the similarities that you would have. I'm getting ready to start on this Sunday my parasite cleanse. I did get my order in for my capsules that I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be doing all raw for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So all raw. So look forward to my content coming in on raw food that I'll be eating. But right now, I wanted to prepare myself. I wanted to get propped up to. I wanted to get myself prepared. So that's why I think mentally and everything was in alignment. So with one another, meaning that my body told me it was time to fast. In a conjunction with that, I was very concerned, like, well, I'm gonna get my order for my, my capsules. I didn't get it. I'm supposed to start in February. You're supposed to start when your body tells you you're supposed to start. So it's time for me to start. So I started my fast, and this is actually to introduce into these raw food. So I'm going straight raw after I come off my fast. And I still may continue to fast while I'm cleansing and doing a parasite cleanse. So those are some things that I'm going to tap into as well. So now speaking about spiritual alignment and how things line up and why I feel like, I'm always being guided in the directions that I'm supposed to go in and the things that I'm supposed to do is because I know that there are laws that are in place. And it's not just the laws, it's not the laws of uh, the country that you're in or the place that you live. Those laws are created by man. The laws that I'm speaking of are universal laws, the laws that are of the universe, that only are created through universal energies, vibrations, and functions, right? So I wanted to share with you today, get online here, get to live today, and get you going here with my book that I'm going to read from. Um, it's the 88 Universal Laws, and we're going to go ahead and discuss it. So I'm looking for all the cool kids to join me in this discussion today. So all of y'all that's in here, double tap the screen, come on in, and let's get started with the class. I just gave you the information about how I'm going to show up, why I feel that I'm always in alignment. I deal with quite a few things. I see numbers. I'm into numerology. I'm into astrology. I deal with all of the functions of the universe, nature, right? So my book, the 88 Universal Laws, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap into this with you right now. This is really actually some great reads. This information is just for entertainment and educational purposes only, and there's no, but we're going to start with the universal laws. Law number 1, peace and love, Jay. Talking about the universal laws. I just finished talking about fasting and how my body aligns with, I feel like it aligns with the universe and shows me when and what time I need to do these fasts and how everything lines up and comes to a head at the right time. We're heading into spring. If you pay attention to the weather, the weather and what's going on, you'll see those things, as they line up. So universal energy is truly what I'm talking about, and I have the only laws that actually really exist are the laws of the universe. That's it. There's no other laws. The laws that's made up by man are just created by man. They're enforced by man. But the laws of the universe are enforced by the universe. So I'm going to start with the law of abundance, right? The laws of abundance, first of all, it says, why do some people come up smelling like roses regardless of what happens to them? Why do others who make more effort make less progress in achieving their goals. So, the law of abundance reveals that our wishes do come true, whether we wish poorly or we wish well. It does not apply only to money and material well being, for indeed, there are many kinds of wealth, and abundance manifests itself in many ways. The, the man who looks proudly on his children is wealthy, as the woman who doesn't have it all but is truly happy with who she is has it all. We can have wealth of common sense, understanding, kindness, or we can have the opposite. The choice is yours. We manifest the wealth we want in our lives, but we must be mindful that we are much more than sum total of our possessions. When creating the abundance of financial gain, we must remember to be in this world, but not of this world. Okay? So when I read this, what I get out of this law is that no matter how you apply this, it applies. So whatever you are manifesting, whether you manifest, whether you're manifesting it as a well-being or a negative, right? So either way, you are actually manifesting. You can manifest something in your life and you don't realize it, because the universal law doesn't discriminate, meaning it doesn't I don't know if I should have deleted that or not, because I'm not sure. But anyway, it got deleted. But the universal law is going to apply regardless. It's going to apply whether you try to do it or you don't try to do it. So, because it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't know, it doesn't have a thing where it says, it doesn't have a thing that tells you how to work it, what to do. It just works. So if you have a negative thought in your mind and you are creating this tension and this things in your body, you create your reality by how you move around and how how you move around and what you do. So in return to that, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the comments. So I'm gonna stay focused so I can be more clear, because I'm trying to be clear. I apologize. So when I read this part here where it says, whether you wish poorly or you wish well, meaning that if you think negatively or you think poorly of yourself or of your situation, then that's what you're going to get more of. So when you're in a situation, you should show, you should find the positive and show gratitude for the positive part of the situation, not the part that's causing you grief, because you'll get more grief if you focus on more grief. You get what I mean? So you have to focus your thoughts and your energy on the parts that was the good part, even of the bad situation. I know that's hard to do, especially when it depends on what the situation is, but you just don't want to keep drawing things to yourself and manifesting things in your life, because the universal law don't hold you up, right? Double tap that screen when you come into the live. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then we're going to talk about number 2. We're reading from the 88 Laws of the Universe. The law of attraction is number 2. A lot of y'all know about the laws of attraction. Peace and love. Peace and love. Hold on a second. All right. So a lot of you know about the laws of attraction, or have at least heard about it, right? So it reads, no matter how strongly we feel what we feel, or how much faith we have in what we know, the feelings and knowledge are fruitless. unless we act upon them. We may understand concepts such as commitment, courage, and love, but we do not know them until we act. Knowledge is action of doing. Doing becomes understanding. Our gifts and talents are only latent possibilities until we bring them to life. The universe responds to action. When we take deliberate action on behalf of something that we wish we could create, change, or shift, the universe observes this as readiness and then brings you what you have now demonstrated you can handle. Remember, the universe never gives you what you can't handle. Meaning, right? Watch this. If you show yourself ready to make a move, that move is going to present itself and you need to move on it immediately. I had a conversation, and me and even I think Jay may still be in the conversation in the chat. We're talking about when you get something, don't procrastinate it, don't sit on it, because that's the universe saying, hey, I know you're ready for this, but it's on you to act in order to get that particular thing going, right? So if you get an idea or you feel like there's something that you want and you asking for it, or you're longing for it, or you know what I'm saying, you're looking towards getting that particular thing, but you can't, it is not manifesting itself at that very moment. The moment you show yourself approved and ready to have that happen, that's when it's going to happen. But you got to be ready for it. So, because the universe again does not make it's not something that you can say, oh well, I'll do it later. You know, I was just talking about myself fasting, but I'm fasting because I got, you know, this message, you know, that said, hey, you need to go ahead and fast because I'm going in alignment with the universe and how the universe is in alignment. When I looked at the time frame in which I want to fast, I'm going to be approaching by the end of this fast the top of March. Well, mid-March, because I'm going into 3 weeks, right? So I'm going to be going in three to 4 weeks, and in a month's time, we'll be approaching spring. Spring is the true new year, right? So the time of year when everything is new. We're in the year 2025, but I don't consider it the new year because the new year for me is based off nature. And nature states that everything is new and begins to bloom and becomes spring. I mean, you know, spring becomes, you know, new in the spring. So therefore, that's what I'm looking forward to is the spring. But I'm looking at the fact that the day that I was told to fast, and the fact that I'm going into this cleanse for a 4-week not fasting, 4 weeks of fasting, but 4 weeks of parasite cleansing my body, preparing myself, because this is what we're supposed to be doing. All of the farmers and the people and the gardeners, I'm watching them. They're actually preparing their crops so that they can be able to grow and be ready to produce a harvest when it's time to produce a harvest. And you have to do the same thing for your body. You have to give your body that same thing, but you got to pay attention. Meaning, you can't be out here just, willy-nilly thinking that, oh, I'm good, and then you want to produce something out of that. You have to think about how pure, how pure. My gosh, I can't talk tonight. How pure do you want your rewards to be? What you want to do? How pure do you want it to be? For me, I always cleanse in the month of February, but it's usually February 1, right? February 1 to the end of to January 2. That's been my cleansing time. But I mean, not January 2. I'm sorry, March 2. But guess what? It didn't happen this time. I'm not starting until Sunday. Sunday, I believe, is like the 18th, and I believe spring starts on the 21st, which is putting me right, like I said, in alignment with the with the new year, the true new year being spring, right? So here we go. Um, Let me go in here. So now we have the law of Akasha. Akasha is the fifth quintessential element in the unifying force of universal manifested in the intelligence of substance. Everything in the universe operates within the realm of unerring law because everything emanates from the same source of energy. We are all one spirit and all part of a parcel cosmos subject to the law of Akasha. Now I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to show you how that actually works. Any of you have been on my lives, we have witnessed some true showing you that we are one conscious, meaning if everything is all one. Because anytime you experience somebody coming into your space, someone coming into your, and you're thinking of them, it shows you that we're connected, that we're all connected but the connection has to be some universal source that's connecting us. That energy, we always talking about energy and vibrations and frequency. If you think about it, the whole world is built off of vibrations, frequencies, and energies. And so when we emit certain frequencies, anybody that's on our frequency typically are drawn to us. And we typically have the same type of energy. So that's why you're able to have a thought of someone, and that thought becomes the manifestation of that person contacting you or being in your space. Again, that's happened on my live several times. I've been talking about someone, putting that energy into the atmosphere, saying whoever and whatever about this person, and they appear right here on the live. I mean, it's been witnessed maybe 3-4 times in the past week or so. You have to pay attention to the universal energies too. That's what's going on, because right now it's really high. So you have to be cautious of the things that you are thinking and the things that you are putting out into the universe, because it will manifest so quickly that you will be mind blown. And if you're not ready for it, you ain't gonna understand it, and it's gonna seem like what people call quote unquote coincidence. Is to understand that coincidences don't exist. There's no such thing as a coincidence. There's no such thing. The only thing that really applies is these universal laws, not the laws made up, not the laws made up by man, but the universal laws that automatically apply because of who you are, because of your spirit and your energy and your frequencies and you know what I'm saying? Everything is all in one, and it all connects. We're all one. This is what they're talking about, the law of Akasha. The individual who lives in harmony with universal forces goes with the flow, and all things prosper for the riding of the wave of creation. I always go with the flow, but I think it has something to do with my astrological sign. I'm a Cancer. I'm always going with the flow. I'm full of water. I'm water. All force. I tapped into finding out my birth chart. And if none of you have ever had a birth chart done, your natal chart, I should say, done, you should probably get your natal chart done if you're interested in it. Because some people don't roll with astrology. They don't roll with numerology. They don't roll with any of that. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But if you're interested, you definitely tap into what you can find out about your natal chart. All right. So in humans, Akasha refers to the spirit being that cannot be seen, but truly defines us as individuals. It is our interaction with the universal spirit, whether we tend it or neglect it, not life or luck, that ultimately determines our fate. So let me read that again, because I don't know if I followed that. It is our interaction with the universal spirit, whether we tend it or neglect it. Okay. Not life or luck. The ultimate determines your fate. So there's nothing that determines your fate. It's not a luck. Um, it's not even life. And this right here, to read this to say that it's not even life is crazy, because I kept thinking, I've been having recently this thought to say, we always talking about, we want to live, and we want life, we want to have our life. We use that a lot. I want to live. I want to live my life. But what does that really mean? What does that mean? You know, what does that even mean? You want to live your life. So I guess I'm gonna really dig into that a little more, because that really did come to me, and I was thinking, you want to live your life. You always saying that. I want to live my life. I didn't come here to not live my life. But why did you come here? Why are you on this plane? Why are you on this plane? Why are you on this realm? Why are you here? If you didn't come to live your life, I don't know what that really means. So sometimes when I don't have a definition and a clarity on what something means, I kind of dig into it more. And then this came up and just said that it's not life or luck that ultimately determines our fate. It's not life or luck. So it's not the life that you live, nor the luck that you get that determines your fate. I think that's what I'm getting from that. And yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. Let's go to the next one. That's the law number 3. And the law of analogy. How the universe is like a hurricane. The energy is infusing, the universe manifests itself, every level of multitude of different ways, and um, these analogies can be used to further understanding of all levels. The sweeping arc of the universe pictured after afar is the same as the sweeping of the hurricanes bearing down on the land. An emotional storm is like a whirlwind of violent emotion, often called perfect storm or hurricane. No analogy is ever exact, as energy adapts itself to the moment, yet analogies enable us to explain the unexplainable by means of comparison, and this enables us to convey understanding in broad sense. Okay, so I'm getting ready to say something right now. I'm reading this because I got this book. I'm going to tell you why I got this book. This is me first time reading this book with you all here on the live, right? And I thought this would be a great way to introduce this book to, um, bring it out and talk about it. I'm all about the universal laws. But for me, I'm going to read off what they say the laws are, but I definitely not flowing with what the information is here, right? Peace of love, Trish, peace of love. I'm just not tapped into much of what the law it actually is saying. So, like it says, the law of ascension, right? Think of yourself as a string on a guitar. The other strings are energy beings. You attract making up your life, the whole guitar. When strummed, whether poorly or well, each string resonates energy in the form of sound, just as energy resonates from the soul of an incarnational being. Those who are in tune with the universal energy. So I guess I just didn't understand the law of analogy, because for me, analogy is like what I did on my video yesterday, where I compared how being a new kid in school is like being new on YouTube. That's an analogy to me. Or comparison. I don't know if that's analogy. I don't know. Is that an analogy? I don't know. It could be analogy. Or is that more of a comparison? tap in and tell me what you think about that. What is that? Is more an analogy, or is that more of a comparison that I did yesterday? Because analogy would be something that is similar to something that would allow you to see it in the same way, which is what I thought. I thought it was analogy. Yeah, that's analogy. Exactly. Hey, Waylay, how you doing? All right. So okay, so I wasn't feeling that analogy number 4, the law of analogy, but but I kind of feel this a law of ascension, because being in tune with the universal energy, this is what I was talking about beforehand, which was what I was saying about how feel like I have tapped into the universal energy that has aligned me perfectly with what's going on in the universe right now. Meaning that I have been eating and indulging. I didn't have um, my parasite capsules, do my parasite cleanse, and so didn't start it, and then all of a sudden, the day that I started, that the universe, I felt like the universal energy, or I always say, listening to your first mind. We all get things dropped on us at the same time, right? So it's all dropped in on this at the same time. It depends on if you're listening or if you're in tune with the universe. If you're in tune, right? You have to be in tune, and not only with the universe, but with yourself, because we are all different. We're all individual universes. That's how I look at it. And I think we all carry the own same vibrations, and we come together like that. And that's why we can tap into one another like we do. Telepathic energy, telepathic communication is truly the real communication. The communication of me speaking to you right now is truly a confusion, because each and every person that hears what I say can interpret it to be something else based on where they're from, what they understand it to be. Language itself is confusion in itself. Language can cause confusion, and that's what I'm seeing, happen quite a bit. Is language causes the confusion, and so if we could telepathically, as we could in one time in life, communicate with one another, it will cut down on the confusion, because it's a telepathic communication was an energy, like a feeling. You ever hear people say, I feel you? When they say I feel you, it's because you said something that resonates with them, or you show yourself or your persona to be something that they resonate with, and they say I feel you. But the true feeling that someone has is like a feeling within themselves that allows them to know that they're connected to that particular person. It's a different type of feeling you have when you're in the presence of one person over another person. You get what I mean? So you get that universal connection to people based on your frequencies, vibrations, and energies. So those are all the things that connects you to a person. And so being able to telepathically communicate to someone is not a true ability to do so. We just been clogged up, and so much, everything has been so confusion. Teaching us this language that we speak, to the fact that we have been, this food that we put into our bodies, not even food. I heard another YouTube creator, and I'm going to start practicing saying that. The products that we put into our body, and the products that we put on our body, right? In our hair, why do we even need glasses, right? So you have to think about so many different factors when it comes to why things are the way they are. We have come to just accept things as they are and not question why they are, that's how you get better. That's how you get better. You start to question instead of accepting what is given to you and saying, "Oh, because that's what everybody else do." What we think is normal is what we call popular, right? So if everything that's popular is not normal, just because it happens all the time doesn't make it normal. So, um, peace and love, Ezraya. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. I sent you a message on one of your because I couldn't find your email or any or way to contact you to set up the collab. But that's a whole nother subject. But anyway, so you can't possibly. I mean, what you need to do is because the food and the things that we put in our body causes confusion. I mean, causes us to not. I'm sorry, not food. The products that you put on your body, put in your things. We all start to think that I got to backtrack my thoughts to get there. We start to think that what is popular is normal when it's not. It's normal is what we would actually think about that would actually make more sense and strip everything that you've been taught, everything that you've been told, everything that you think because someone told you that, and start to think about what do you know? What do you know? And what is it that you know that you can possibly prove? Not even prove, but that it has happened, that it is your experience. Not an experience created by man, not something that says, "Oh, because this happened to me, and I know this is what it is because it happened to me." Because some things happen by alteration of things that should not have happened. Right? We live in an altered world, so you can't. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about the things that have you, um, make you say, "Hmm," to make you go, "Hmm." That don't make sense. That don't even make sense. You know, and when you really think about it, how much sense do it make that we eat the way we eat? What sense do it make that no one's questioning that there is chemicals in the food because they have normalized it? When my mother, who is 94 years old, was coming up back in the early 1900s, chemical food wasn't a thing. Canned goods existed without the chemicals and all the extra items that they put in there as preservatives because they didn't last as long on the shelf. So and the things that remember they did canning, and they did the they jarred their foods and things like that. Depending on the date that they put on there, that's how long it lasted. A lot of stuff didn't last that long on the shelves back then. Today, things are lasting. I mean, I'm buying things today from the shelf, and it says that it don't expire till 2028. How is that possible? And it's edible. Think about what I'm saying. We accept so many things for face value for what it is. We accept so many things face value, meaning that whatever someone puts out there in our face, we accept it and we say, "Oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just go with that because everybody else is doing it." People don't want to change because it's hard to change when you are accustomed to the way that you have lived, the way that you have done things in the past. Once you know, you should want to do better, because once I knew what was being put into food, what was happening to the reason I don't eat meat is not because I'm vegan, because please let y'all know that I don't wear labels. I don't eat meat. I'm not vegetarian because I don't wear labels. But I don't eat meat because I started to realize what was happening to the animals of the meat that I was in partaking in my body. This was, a long time ago. Again, it sometimes takes you a long time to catch up. I knew what was happening to those animals. I knew they wrung the chicken, the neck of the chicken. That's trauma. I know they clump the pigs and the cows over the heads, and they cut just trauma. So do you not think that trauma can flow through, because everything can flow. So do you not think that trauma of that meat that you're intaking in your body is not getting into your body from the trauma of the meat that you're putting in your body? I once knew all this information that I'm saying to you right now, and I still continue to do it. So I'm not persecuting anybody. I'm just asking you to think about it for a minute. Because if you don't know, then you can't do nothing different. Even if you do know and you don't want to do nothing different and you say, oh, well, it is what it is. I've been doing it all this time. Excuse. Well, I've been doing it. It won't hurt if I do it for another few years or so. Then all of a sudden I realized it was harming my body to an extent that was not good for my body. And we want to be able to preserve our bodies. This is given to us as a tool. Our true self is our true spirit that resides within us. This is just a shell that you have on your body, right? This is just, they say it's just skin and bones. So you know that our bodies are miraculous. They can do things without you even telling it to. But we can impact the functions of our bodies and the superpowers that we truly have. We have superpowers that we truly have by not taking care of our bodies, which is, sometimes hard to do. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not persecuting or, coming down on nobody about how they are or how they are. I'm just sharing with you what I know so that it can be a benefit to you in some type of way. Peace and love, wellness with Frugal Mama. I'm just trying to see, I want you to be better about how you, or at least be conscious. That's a better way to put it. I want you to be conscious of what you're doing when you do it, because if you choose to do it anyway, at least you're conscious of it and you know the consequence behind it. Again, when I tell you, this is for educational and informational purposes only. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. And so with that being said, I'm just trying to get you to see it in a different light. As I mentioned, the products that we put in our body, all the chemicals they use to preserve the preserve the products that they're giving to us that they're calling food. You want to be cautious. You need to be a label reader. Today, there's people coming out with all kinds of products that they're saying is plant-based, keto, whatever's popular. If you ever notice, it comes on the shelf. Whatever people are doing, it becomes a thing. I want to give them the perfect example. Juneteenth. Juneteenth is now an actual holiday. But we as people of color or black descent or whatever you refer to yourself as, if that's what you are, was celebrating it anyway. We was already celebrating it. We didn't need it to become a national holiday so that they could commercialize it, put a whole bunch of money on it, and make tons of money off of it. You go into Walmart, you go into JCPenney, you go wherever you go during that time of the year in June, and you're going to see all this Juneteenth, I call it products, paraphernalia, whatever, right? And it's all because they made it popular. You get what I'm saying? They made it a thing, and now they didn't commercialized it, and they take away the true meaning of it, where we were already celebrating it. But Big Pharma and Big Pharma, not Big Pharma, because Big Pharma is the pharmaceutical companies, but the corporations, they weren't making any money off of it. So they said, oh, if they're going to celebrate it anyway, because, they go with the trends that they see on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. We're on here celebrating, talking about Juneteenth, Juneteenth. I don't celebrate July 4th. That's not my holiday. I celebrate Juneteenth. So Juneteenth, Juneteenth. And then what happened? A few years later, after Juneteenth became so popular, then all of a sudden, now it's commercialized. This is the same thing that happens with your food. The reason I'm telling that story is because this is the same thing that happens with your food. Everybody running around talking about, oh, I'm going to stop eating meat. I'm going to be vegan. I'm going to try this. I'm going to be doing this keto. I'm going to be fasting. I'm going to be doing this. Now it's a million fasting apps. It's a million things talking about keto diets, foods that you can go in the store that's labeled keto friendly or vegan friendly, right? Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for dropping in. I'm just talking, just talking. I was talking about the universal laws, and then I got on this subject right here. Peace and love, Jordan. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining and tapping in. But what I was saying was everything that says plant based, everything that says it's good for you, or they put a little label on it, gluten free, this and that, and all these things. And so it's like, oh, this is a better choice. This is a better choice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, is it really a better choice? Read the labels. Read the labels, see what's there. Peace and love, legend. Peace and love. Tell them cram my love here. All right. So if it's truly good for you, then the label will not have 1,000 items on there describing what's in that particular product, because that's what I'm going to call it, in that particular product. True foods grow from the earth. That's it. That's food. If you think about it, it aligns with what I'm telling you. Alignment of the universe says that we are one with the universe. The difference between us and plants is that we have blood that go through our veins, and plants have chlorophyll. That's it. We could be interchangeable. So why wouldn't the plants be the things that we should be able to intake into our bodies for nourishment to get the appropriate nutrients that we need? And actually, in actuality, that's how it was designed, if you really think about it, because at the end of the day, yes, these animals do exist, but did anybody ever take the time to research why they exist? Were they created? Like a pig. A pig, what does a pig do? You know what I mean? What does a cow do? A cow grazes on the grass per se, produces other cows, but do they have a purpose on this plane that we're on? I don't know that they're meant to be for substance for our bodies. I mean, and that could be a controversial thing, but I just don't think that's the case. Because one thing I know is that you would not put into your body a piece of raw meat, unseasoned, and eat it. You wouldn't. I don't care what it is. You wouldn't even want to consume cooked, unseasoned meat. Most people are not going to eat that. They're only eating it because, this tastes good. It's seasoned. If it's seasoned, but guess what? You can eat an apple, an orange, All of those have their own flavor. And even every fruit and vegetable, I mean, every vegetable has its own flavor. If you bite into uh, um, a carrot, it has its own taste without you seasoning it. Everything has its own taste, even if it don't really taste like anything, because we're used to having our taste buds entertained, right? We like to have our taste buds dancing around like, you know. But do they really have to? Because your food should be your medicine. Now, at the end of the day, am I perfect at the way I eat? By no means. By not even a close of a hair, right? Um, Peace and love, rooted. Not even a hair am I close to being perfect. But in eating anything, as far as the way I eat, I don't proclaim that. What I will say is I'm practicing to be better every day at my choices, and I'm putting in implementing things that will align to allow me to move forward in a better direction, so that I'm not being consumed by the things that cause me, that caused me at one time to overeat or be what's quote unquote called addicted to food, but now I know I was addicted to products. And so it looks like instead of having a food anonymous, we need to have a products anonymous uh, formed, so that we can try to, overcome these things that's causing us to want to overeat. It's the chemicals in the food that causes us to overeat. That's why, think about the epidemic of obesity right now today. Look at the children that are being raised today. They are being raised, most of them are being raised on foods that have these red dyes in them. They're being raised on foods with all these chemicals, quick foods, stuff that you could just pop in the microwave. Microwave a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. Um, uh, the the quick meals, and then think about the reason that we even have to do these quick meals and do all this stuff. It's because the world became consumed with everything except for family and health. This whole world is consumed with everything outside your household, meaning that we go to work every day outside our household. Even if we work inside our household, we're going to work outside our household because we're not focused on household when we're at work, even if we work from home. Also, the other part of that is you gotta keep moving and moving and moving. So if you it's only 24 hours in a day, 24 hours. Let's do the math. Let's do it. Ready? You gotta So if you wake up every day, we just gonna start. I know the top of the day is supposed to start at 12 o'clock. That's why time should not even exist, but that's a whole nother conversation too. 12 o'clock a.m. is the top of the day. Typically, most people are asleep at that time of day, meaning that they're waking up somewhere around, if they got kids and they got to go to school, they're waking around about 6:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30, maybe 5:30, depending on what the kid got to do and what you got to do, with how many kids you got to get ready and all that. So let's use 6 as the example. So now we're at 6 a.m. You're getting up and your day starts. You got to get the kids ready for school, and you have to be at work by 8. It's 6, but you got to be at work by 8. So your kids getting dropped off at 7:30. You're getting to work maybe 8. Maybe you're getting there at 8:30, 8 o'clock. So if you got to be there at 8, you might be starting at 5 o'clock in the morning because you got to get the kids ready. So we're talking about your day starting super early, 6. Now you got to go to work. You're going to work for 8 hours. So if you go to work, you're getting off at 5, and if you actually get an unpaid lunch and it's an hour long, you're not getting off till 6. Did I do the math right? 9, no, 8 to 4. So you're getting off at 5. Okay, so 8 to 4 is 8 hours. You're getting off at 5. Now But the kid's already out of school. So now you're paying for latchkey, whatever you got going on with that, or you got trying to make sure you managing your household from the external of your household, trying to make sure that the kids taken care of. They got somewhere to be after school, whether it's after school. Now you running over to the school because it's laying latchkey over there, or they in daycare, or they over at the sitters who picked them up from school. Whatever the situation is, you doing that. So now you're not even going straight home. Now you going home, and you like the whole time you driving home, even before you was going to pick them up, like, dang, what's for dinner? What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Now, if you got a household and it's you, and it's the daddy, the mama, and the kids, then you got a whole nother. If you the woman, because a lot of times this falls on the women, and so I'm talking to my sisters right now because I know y'all can relate to what I'm saying, but I know the men can relate as well, because this being the fact that it's about time, right? It's about time. But this situation I'm showing is about a woman. In addition to that, yeah, I don't miss that schedule. Oh, yep. So now you're picking them up from latchkey. You're wondering what's for dinner, what's for dinner. You didn't plan it because you're so exhausted because you didn't have a time to even put it together. Even when you do got your couple days off, you still working. So let me put the day together. We still in the 24-hour day. So now it's 6 o'clock. Now it's 7 o'clock, and you like, oh, I need to feed my family. What you gonna do? Are you gonna cook a full meal? Are you going to prepare the best meal for your family, or are you gonna look in that freezer and say, I think I'm gonna fix this TV dinner, or I'm gonna pop these chicken nuggets and some fries in the oven, or I'm gonna pop these hot dogs on the stove, or I'm gonna do the quickest thing possible just so I can get them something to eat. And actually, now you're feeding them. It's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. You're feeding your babies at the end of the night when they should have already been eating something. Now you're feeding them. Now you're sending them straight to bed on a full stomach, and they spent no time with you. They spent no time really at home. They've been away from home all day. You've been away from home all day. You're tired and exhausted, and you still got to get the clothes ready for the next day. You still got to, make sure make sure that they did all their homework. You still got to do all that. Then now, let's say by this time, it's 10, 11 o'clock. Kids already in the bed because they had to go to bed right after they ate, because it was already 7:30. They still got to get a bath if that's what they do. That's their night ritual. Then they still got to get a bath, get in the bed. If you got any nighttime routines, you got to do all that. And now it's 10 o'clock at night. But remember, we started and you ain't did nothing but go to work, get your kids, and feed them. And it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. What? This is all designed for fail. Understand what I'm saying. This is not designed for to prosper. You will never prosper in this time frame unless we can figure out a way to make the change. I'm just making you aware that you don't have the time. The time does not exist. It does not exist. There's 24 hours in a day, but it does not even allow you to do anything. You don't have any time to spend to do anything. You always going to continue to be in that same regimen every day. So now it's 11 o'clock at night. If you there and you got your significant other, whether it be your husband, your boo, or whoever, or it's just you looking for that time. So don't be in that relationship, because then you got to find time for them as the woman, or as the partner, or whatever you are. You have to find time for the other person, because now you're like just trying to spend that few minutes. Y'all might be talking pillow talk and whatever, and then one person falls asleep on the other. But most of the time, when it comes down to it, you're trying to find that little bit of time that's yours in that 24-hour day. So you end up being up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Knowing you got to be ready to get the kids and everybody up to do it all over again at 6 a.m. So at what time Did you have time to prepare a meal, or eat healthy, or to choose a better way? Why do you think they came up with these microwave meals? Peace and love, Jay Jordan in the house. Peace and love, my brother. Um, why do you think they came up with this? I know, I did. Trish, I used to be you. I used to be you. I used to be you. My kids just grown. That's all. I got grandkids now, but my kids just grown. I did it. I was, what I just described was really my life. What I just described was my life. So that's how I can break it down so well for you. And that's why I kept giving the examples the way I did, because it was my life. And Trish, it mirrors. You get what I'm saying? Reflections. We're nothing but reflections of one another. And the sad part is, looking to slow down so bad. I know, 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 sis. I know. And it just never ends. It's an ongoing, it's an ongoing, it's ongoing, it's ongoing, and it's ongoing. And that's why I was telling you, you have to create this for you. And I seen your question you asked me earlier, Trish. What do you suggest to detox from sugar? Um, I don't know. I don't have a suggestion for the detoxification of sugar in itself. Uh, how I do it, let me say this. My answer to everything is to fast. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to share why that is the case. I'm going to share to you why fasting is my reason. When I fast, all desires of everything goes away. On the first day. Meaning, I started fasting on Tuesday, and at the top of the day, probably the last time I ate something on Monday, I had me a smoothie, half a smoothie bowl. It's still the other half still in the freezer now. Half a smoothie bowl, because I still have my sweet tooth, but I use but if you have a sugar situation, then you don't want to try to pacify it or utilize something that other than, you don't want to use something to replace it. You just want to kind of cleanse your body from it. And so that's why I'm always talking about a reset. For me, fasting is a reset to my body, and it caused me to lose all desires for sweets. So when I say I crave actual food. I mean, you know what I mean? And I described to you what food was for me: whole foods, fruits, vegetables, things like that. I crave that. Like right now, if I wanted to have something to eat, I'll be sitting up here trying to figure out what I'm going to eat, but it would look like that. And then if I wanted something sweet, I would go to a smoothie or something of that nature. I would definitely choose those items as my alternate to something. So I always going to come up with some way to eat. If you have a sweet tooth, or you have a way that you want to that you have a thing. I'm sorry I can't talk today, y'all. I don't know what the problem is, but so if you have a sweet tooth, or you got problems in the areas of sugar, you have to detox through fasting. That's my answer. That's my answer. That's how I do it. Because I was at one point when I tell you the things, let me just share with y'all how I used to eat. That the way I eat now and the way I used to eat are like total opposite ends of the spectrum. You see me create things like nice cream. I always create something that I used to like in the form that I can actually have it in today. because and it'd be okay. Well, I loved ice cream, butter pecan, pralines and cream. I like that kind of, I would buy that and sit down and eat a whole half gallon of ice cream in one sitting because it tastes good. I would sit down and eat, like, don't let the holidays come around and, you know, somebody has made a homemade pound cake or some apple pies or whatever, something like that. I'll take half the pie. I'll eat a whole pie. I would sneak food at one time, where I didn't want people to know that I was eating all that food, and I would just go and I'll just be sneaking the food. But it was about the sweets too. I really liked, I really, really liked sweets. I would buy candy bars. I would buy Snicker bars, and I don't know if y'all remember, they had Twix peanut butter. And I'm talking about buying them. They used to have them like two for $1 or three for $1 or something like that. You can go to Dollar Tree, get them for, two for $1, stuff like that. I would buy that all the time. This is my life, and I'm telling you, I would have a drawer stacked with snacks, chips. So it was a sweet salt thing for me, right? And then when I found out they had a whole thing that was called the sweet and salty, you get the popcorn, everything that came with sweet and salty. I was like, oh, this is it. Give me both sides of my world, right? And so those were things that I had to shake. I had the desire to eat food. I liked food. I liked things that I thought taste good. Today I watched Kiss from Jay at the with the seafood boil at the seafood place. I was just stretching my back out, y'all, because I feel tight and tense. But I saw Kiss from Jay at the seafood, doing a seafood boil. I recreated that for myself too because I don't eat um, seafood anymore. But that's when I tell you I would sit down, I would go spend $30-$40 in a heartbeat to go get me a seafood boil, and that was on a regular basis more than it wasn't. I always would get the foods that I like to eat, and I would just indulge for no, just overindulge. And I never understood it, but I know now that there's so many reasons that I did it. One, the addictive factors of the things that they put into these products that they call food, and then two, if you have an addictive nature, you have to know if you have an addictive nature. You watch your lineage of people in your family. You know, addictive natures come as uh, it's a family lineage too. So if you had someone who was addicted to anything, alcohol, food, um, anything, drugs, anything like that, you got it in your family, then you know you have that addictive nature. And I have an addictive nature because when I look down my family line, there was a lot of addiction. And so, if you have that, you have to be cautious of how you react and act to things. I started smoking cigarettes. I was addicted to smoking cigarettes. Um, the food was my go to at all times. And then when I decided that I was going to eat differently, and I actually fasted for real and did it like because my body told me, hey, you know what? Look. This is too much. You did too much. You didn't put too much in me, and I need you to fix this. So I decided to fast. This time around, right now, today, on Tuesday, I got that same message. Hey, you know what? Look. It's time to fast. You didn't put it off. You keep putting it off. I kept putting it off. Putting it off. I was like, I'm putting it off. But I don't know that I was putting it off because I think I told you right now I'm in total alignment where I need to be in order to finish this parasite cleanse and finish up on my raw um, 30 days of raw eating. I'm perfectly in alignment with it coming right into the spring, which is the new year, right? Spring is the true new year. Happy 2025. We in 2025 according to the calendar that we use today. Again, another, you know, construct of showing us, telling us what they want us to know. Because if we were actually on the real time of how things worked, we probably also would probably function more with nature and how nature operates than how man has put together and created for us. You know, they created these clocks, they created this time, they created, and I'm going to tell you, time exists, but I don't know that it should be. It doesn't exist in the way that we're utilizing the time. We're utilizing time to uh, for avoidance, and it's not intentional avoidance. It's unfortunate avoidance, meaning that we have to unfortunately utilize our time to do other things than what the things that we desire to do. Most of us would just rather be, you know, chilling with each other like we are right now, or chilling with our family on a regular basis. We wouldn't even feel the stress on our backs. You know what I mean? But kind of to get back to the sugar thing. So fasting for me is what caused me to be able to kick that habit. I kicked the habit of, you know, and I guess binge eating is pretty much what I was doing. So I don't do that anymore. And so I just look forward to it. So tomorrow, uh, maybe, I don't know. I go by what I feel like. I might eat tomorrow. I might eat tomorrow. And I had planned to eat tomorrow because I wanted to, of course, give y'all another one. Give y'all some more of my recipes. Because I want to share that too. I want y'all to see that, you know, you can eat healthy and it's okay and it's good and it tastes good. I know y'all see I season everything. I season the salad. So you can put seasoning on everything. Herbs are natural. You know, you want to just watch how much salt you're using. If you're going to use salt, the best salt is Himalayan pink salt, pink salt. Pink Himalayan salt is the best salt if you're going to use it. It actually draws out inflammation in the body instead of causing inflammation in the body. How regular iodine salt. Why is it iodine in the salt? Can somebody answer that? Anybody in the chat answer why is it iodine in the salt? The regular salt. We're not talking about sea salt. Why is it iodine in the salt? That's messing us up. That's why so many of us have these thyroid issues. That's one part because we eat high sodium iodized salt intakes. And it's constantly that. And that all contributes to our health and our dis-ease in our bodies, meaning that we end up with high blood pressure. We think eating sweets cause diabetes when really it's the carbohydrates that you're taking into your body, like breads and potatoes, and you know, on a constant over. And I'm not saying you can't eat potatoes because I eat some potatoes. Trust me, I like my French fries, but I like to make my own French fries, right? Because French fries today, iodine is added to salt. Hold on. To prevent iodine deficiency. Iodine is needed to maintain a person's metabolic rate. I'm gonna disagree with that one, my brother. I'm gonna disagree, but that's why we're all here together. But I'm gonna disagree that is the reason that iodine is in the salt. Iodine is not in your salt. They make iodine salt. Y'all know that one with the rain, with the girl with the umbrella? That's the iodine salt. Why do you think they tell you to use when you know trying to be on a healthier regimen or move forward and lower your salt intake? They tell you to use sea salt. All sea salt is not created equal either. That's why I mentioned pink Himalayan salt. It's a little different. Iodine salt is you don't have a deficiency of iodine in your body. We don't have a deficiency of anything. We're only deficient because of what we put in our body that depletes us of things. We have everything we need, just not now. When you're born, you have everything you need. When you're a little baby, you have everything you need. You don't need, it's nothing you need. You just need your mama's breast. That's it. And your mama just need to be on that right path as well, so that she's not transferring the other things to you. That's all you need as a baby. There's no vitamins that you need to give the baby. There's no injections that you need to give the baby. We have our own, and we have our own immunity to things. We don't have to have these things. But the thing is, a lot of the diseases and things that have been created, they're created and put out here so that the big pharma can continue to make money. You got it? So they're going to tell you about these diseases. Do you know they still give polio vaccinations right now? Do you know where polio came from? It was in the water at one time. Wonder how it got in the water. I wonder how it got in the water. So polio was in the water. People was drinking the water and they ended up with polio, so they gave the vaccination. That was back in the 60s. Maybe late 50s. Yeah, I want to say it was the late 50s. Guess what? Guess it's 2025. Why are we still injecting our babies with polio vaccinations? I'll wait. Exactly. Ain't no reason to. We just don't do enough research of our own. We don't dig into things and find out things about our own. Once I realized that I didn't have to take what was given to me at face value, because that's what I used to think. I used to think, why would somebody give me the wrong information? I was very naive. Why would somebody tell me something that doesn't make sense, especially when it came to, your health, when you came to you living life, or the things that you're supposed to experience. I thought everybody needed to do the same things that they do every day, but I found out that don't nobody have to do anything. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing at all. You don't want to. That's crazy, but it's true. You don't have to. Just if you decide that you want to do that, you're doing it. So the things that we say we have to do, go to work. We have to get up and do this. We got to go here and do that. And I got to be over here at this time and do this. And I got to be here at this time. It's a construct. It's constantly dictating what you're doing. Boom, 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 right? Trish, I'm sending you so much positive energy, because I know I'm feeling you on that. I know what you're talking about. You welcome, sis. I know what you're talking about, for real. And you welcome for the information on the sugar. If you want to fast, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I know it's probably really challenging to do so when you have a family and they're going to be eating and you're not going to be eating, occupy your mind with something else. Occupy your mind with something else. That's how you get around fasting, especially you get through the first day. Make sure you constantly, every time you think you're hungry, drink some water. You can put some cucumbers in the water. It give it a little bit of different taste. If you need it, if you have to have it, you can put a little lime or lemon in there too. Okay, so when you don't eat, you get a headache. Can I tell you that when I didn't eat Monday, I not only got a headache, I felt a little dizzy a little bit. So I drank my coconut water. That helped. You just need something to balance it out. You don't need to do nothing major. Um, Tanika's World fasted with me the last time I fasted. And she asked me, she said, I feel lightheaded. I feel this. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. But I told her, I said, if you want to continue, you do. But if you don't, I understand. But if you want to continue, I'm going to tell you that put some fruit. Put some fruit in your water. Put some limes, lemons, some cucumbers. Put them in water. Drink it. You'll start to feel better. But guess what else happened? On day 2, I felt nauseated. Like I wanted to just throw up. And I had a headache. But I didn't give in to those things because those are just side effects to fasting. It's what's going to happen when you fast. Because your body is trying to detox itself. If every day you're feeding yourself at a certain time, your body has gotten used to this feeding. Also, remember your body is full of parasites. Your parasites want to eat. They want to feed off of something. And if you are starving them and not giving them anything, what are they going to eat off of? Nothing. They don't have anything to eat off of. So, of course, it's going to cause you to feel like you got a headache or like you got to throw up or whatever. And guess what? I feel day 3, that was day 2, nauseated headache. Day 3, I felt nothing. And I barely even thought about food until I watched that video from Kiss from Jay. And I was sitting there like, I should make me a vegan seafood boil. But I can't because I'm going to be raw. Raw for the whole 30 days. Woo! Now that's a challenge. Also, fasting will teach you discipline, right? I do a cleanse every 3 months. It's all liquid for 5 days. Smoothie, water, and electrolytes. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Ninjaless red? Ninja red? And electrolytes. And the only thing I will eat solid is fruits and veggies and nuts. Okay. So I know someone just like that. They do at the top of every month. Every top of every month, they do the same thing. They eat. That's a perfect play. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You find what works for you. Cold turkey has always worked for me because if I try to pinch it in, because I have a true, like, if I give myself a little leeway, like, give an inch, take a mile, that's me. If I give an inch, take a mile, that's me. That's the same thing with any addiction. So if you give somebody, they're going through something, they have a situation, and they decided they're going to eat, they give themselves permission to eat that day, they be like, I can't wait till tomorrow because I'm going to eat something, I'm going to eat the rest of that, or whatever they got. So, then you got some people who, hold on one, y'all. Okay. All right. And so I forgot what I was saying because they in the trolling me. Oh, he said every 3 months he do it. I don't know why he does that for every 3 months, but quarterly for myself, which is every 3 months. I do a longer fast than a shorter fast, meaning like I'm fasting anyway. I fast every day because I'm doing intermittent fasting. But every 3 months is quarterly. Every time the seasons change, you're supposed to change with the seasons. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. And so, you change with the seasons, just like you do. you're cleaning. Wait a minute. Did I block Trish? Oh no. Okay, I was gonna say, oh my God. Just like you change, just like the seasons change, and you do things for your household. You do spring cleaning. You do outside. You do a like a cleanup from the winter. You got to do the same thing. Think about nature. Think about what you do in your regular life. Do it for your body. It's this one guy. I want to say his name is Turnip Vegan. I can't remember. I think that's his name. Um, yeah, every quarter is every 3 months. That's what I said. I said I don't know about him, about he does it, but mine is for every quarter, every 3 months. Exactly. That's it. And I do a fast, and I usually fast for the first, every quarter. When it's 3 months in, I go 5 days straight. I'm sorry, 7 days straight, and then I flip it into either picking and choosing what I'm gonna do. So if I'm gonna stick strictly raw, I'm gonna do raw for the rest of that time, or I'm gonna do then slowly incorporate the cooked foods. But like after this detox, I'm thinking that I may, and I don't know, but I may go raw like this guy does. He does it every top of every month. The first 5 days of every month, he eats raw. So that is, the uh, how he does it. So yeah, I didn't even realize what time it is. I've been out here talking a long time. I've been here talking a long time, but always time goes when you're having fun. And y'all know what I got to do today. But today is my Friday. Y'all don't forget to tap in because Saturday it's going down in the town here on Queen's Alchemy Live with Fatima, and which is Ghana Africa Bound. If y'all not familiar, at Ghana Africa Bound. And so we're going to be live. We're going to be doing 22 questions. It's called Collab and Grow with the Queen. Just ask you 22 questions, get to know you a little better. Any of y'all that want to collab, I got another collab coming up in March. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for passing through. Thank you for just tap the screen for me, and I thank you for your continuous support. I appreciate you. All right, so I don't know if I got a confirmation on that or not. I'm getting ready to check it right now before I announce my other collab that I got. I'm gonna check my email first before I say something, because I didn't check it today. Because that's the other thing. You trying to a whole bunch of things is just crazy. Looks like I got a confirmation, but I can't read it. It's saying it's not downloaded from the server. I don't know why it's not doing that. I don't know. Rooted, did I get a confirmation of our did I get a confirmation of our collab? I don't know, because it's not downloading from the server. I don't know if that's what you said. Did you give me a confirmation? Oh, I can't wait either. I am so excited. I am so excited. I am so excited. I am. Oh, I could say it. Okay, so um, I'm collabing with Rooted in Essential Oils, also coming up in March. We're going to announce the date. It's going to be March 8th at 6:22 p.m. So you want to tap into that. Right now, I still have February the 22nd open. I'm also doing Fridays. I can do Fridays. I'm sorry. I could do Saturdays also. I could do a double double decker. Saturdays just work best for me because I don't really have a lot of commitment on that day. You know, I do a lot of family stuff. So, um, but I would love to have you on my live, Trish, with me if you would, so we can talk family. Um, that would be cool because you know I feel like you know we can relate on that. If yes, okay, cool. All right, so if you got your email in your bio, I will definitely shoot you an email. If you don't, um, mine is in my on my description of this email. It's in the description, so just you can shoot me a quick email, and then let me know your availabilities. You left your email on my live. Oh, it's in your bio too. Okay, I was gonna say, girl, I'm not gonna be able to find. I'm not gonna be able to find that. But definitely, if it's in your bio, I got you. I got you. I'll shoot you a quick email. It'll have some additional, you know, the information, what we're gonna be doing. Have you choose a date. Unless you want to choose your date right now, you can. Again, like I do Saturdays. I don't know. I hope your Saturdays are open. If not, I can fluctuate through the week. Like right now, we could do it how we doing right now. Like right after I get off the plantation. How you available right now? We could do it during the week like this. As long as you know, we have to keep it down to like an hour, hour and a half, no more than that. Okay, so check your calendar. All right, so I'll just shoot you the email. That way you have my information and you can shoot me the dates from that. That's what we'll do. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, so I'm going to have Homebody Trish coming up this thing. I have Ezra, Azariah. She's interested as well. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I feel like we getting ready to collab and grow in this boy right now. So we gonna be getting up. Are you going live tonight, Rooted? Are you going live, Rooted? Hey, Coach is in the house. Peace and love, sis. Peace and love. Me and Coach doing some things too. Coach, I was not able to find your email. I was trying to shoot you an email yesterday. Can you please pull up my bio and shoot me an email so I can have your email address and we can collab to get our collaboration together, please, ma'am? Sister. That's my sister from another mister. Thank you, Coach. How you been? I hope everything is wonderful. I am beautiful today. I was just on here talking. I did a lot of different. I didn't even stay on topic. I started out rambling. I've been bumbling all over my words today. Then finally, when I got my groove on, you know, so I think I'm gonna cut this live down as far as size. So it when somebody else come on the live, they're gonna actually get to the meat and potatoes because I was bumbling all over my words. No live tonight. Okay, tomorrow at 3. Okay, so I y'all he does a live a drive and chat every day on the way to pick up his son. If y'all want to jump on his live, Rooted in Essential Oils around 3 o'clock if you're available. But I was reading from the 88 Laws, Universal Laws. However, I hadn't read this book. I had just gotten it, and I thought I would go ahead and start reading from it. And I started reading it, and some of it I was good with, and some of it I was like, I don't know. But with that though, I'm gonna, you know, go through. Maybe it'll pique some downloads within myself, and I'll be able to, you know, regurgitate that out from my own words because reading something and trying to explain it was not working. Um, oh, perfect, perfect. Thank you for joining together. Rooted is wonderful. Rooted is going to be Um, doing the collab and grow with the Queen on March 8th at 6:22. So y'all make sure y'all tap into that. Remember this upcoming Saturday, February 15th, I'm going to be collabing with Fatima, and it's going to be all the way live, so y'all don't want to miss that. Make sure you set your timers, ring your bells, do all that stuff. I'm going to be sending out the flyers. Check your community posts, check my posts. Make sure y'all don't forget. Do not forget. Will you still be? Hey! No way! There we go with that energy, baby. Look at that. I did not just say Fatima's name, and she popped right up on the live. Look at her. Look at her. Hey, Fatima. Woo! This is how it's been. This is how it's been. This is how it's been. Yep, every time. She felt that energy. She felt it. She felt me talking about her. But yeah. So again, it's gonna be all the way live. Make sure y'all set y'all reminders that we gonna be there at 6:22. I plan to be on time, and I plan for it to be very intriguingly interesting. So make sure y'all are here with your ears on, your typing fingers, and ready to, interact. Have your questions and ready to ask. Ask her, because we're gonna have a question to answer from the audience too, from the people watching. So let's get this going. It's gonna be a great time. I'm excited. I can't wait. Like I said, check the community post when it go up. Do me a favor. When y'all see it go up, please share it. Share it. Also, when the live hit, share the live. Share it out there. Yep. So, you're gonna tune in at 9. At 9? It's, huh? Oh, she talking to some. Oh, you're talking to Rooted. Just subscribe, so I'm gonna tune in at 9. Okay. Sorry, I have 3 lives tomorrow. One at 9:45, at 2:15, and 7:30, all Mountain Standard Time. Okay. All right. Well, look at you, Rooted. That's what I'm saying. Get them lives out there. I want to see some more of my family go live. Homebody Trish. I was on Coach Norene last night. I had a good time. She convinced me that I'm going to be doing weight training, and I am. I'm going to do it. So that's what I'm saying. 3 lives in one day. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him Fatima Jr. I'm gonna call him Fatima Jr. Cause Fatima out here. She out here. She out here with them lives. She got her lives going. That's right. I know we all working on those watch hours, but I took the challenge. That's why I'm out here. And so with that challenge, I'm like, let me text my sister and let her know I'm on my way, because I didn't know it had gotten this late. But yeah. All right. So but on that note, yes, it is. And I'm so happy that I'm collecting them now before I continue to grow out as far as subscribers, because I'm thinking I'm kind of like the kind of anxious kind of person. Like I'm not anxious, but I'll be thinking, oh my God, I got these 1,000 subscribers. That's how I'll be thinking. Like, oh my God, I got these 1,000 subscribers. I need to get these watch hours. I need to get these watch hours. Um, and I'm thinking, if I got the watch hours, I can work on the subscribers. I can work on the subscribers, because then I don't want what I don't want to happen is my 365 days to be exhausted, and I'm right there. And I'm right there. Y'all help out Rooted, because you get it from your mama. Fatima. That's funny. Because Rooted said he's almost, you know, well, he been trying to do this for a minute, so he always run out of time. So he been trying to get there. Because if you look at his subscriptions, he good as far as subscribers. He needs his watch hours. So yeah, so people that's pushing hard for them watch hours, they trying to get there. And but the only thing is for me is it's okay. So we do all this work, we get 1,000 subscribers, we get the 4,000 watch hours, and they say you can apply for monetization. You get monetized. That don't mean you don't push yourself out there to continue to um, do the work, right? You got to keep on doing the same thing you was doing to get there to get monetized to begin with. So in essence, it is a job, right? You fell asleep. You should have fell asleep on that seafood boil. Girl, you had me ready to slam the phone down. You had me ready to slam the phone down. For real. I forgot I had moderators in here. But they was I have Rooted as one of the house parties to go to. Oh, okay, yeah, because he need them watch hours. I'll be over there. I'll be over there. I mean, I don't want to say it on here, but I'm at work. I can't really do the thing, but I'm there. I hit the light, and I keep going. I'm watching some old content. I hope that counts. Peace and love, Jay. Talking about she fell asleep. She should have fell asleep eating that seafood. I was just talking about your seafood, saying how much I love seafood. How much I loved seafood, and I would eat it. Coach Norene, I was talking about my bad habits I had. They was horrible. Yeah, they were horrible, and I'm trying to put in my I'm I'm trying to put it in my implementing a schedule of things that I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna start doing things like having my regimen of what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna start exercising every day. Girl, I was eating because Trish asked about. Oh, you know what? Coach might know a different way, but I mean, my answer was fast. Here, this is the question, Coach. Um, she wanted to know, is there a way to detox from sugar? And I said fasting because that's what I did. And so that's how the conversation came up, all the bad habits. I mean, how I used to eat everything. I used to have a snack drawer. I used to eat Snicker bars, Twix peanut butters, uh, things like that. So, um, I appreciate you, brother. Um, I used to just eat a whole bunch of sweets. And I loved cake and pie and what did you say? Okay, or a sugar-free challenge. Um, you do fast or you do the sugar-free challenge? And when you do that, I heard you say on one of your videos that that's no sugar from any kind of way, like no agave, no honey, no agave, no honey, no maple syrup, no nothing. No, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you more than you know. Just and so I'm correct. You saying no sweeteners at all. So that's what I was saying. Like even when it comes down to, because for me, even my smoothie bowls have extra sweetness, right? So my smoothie bowls have extra sweetness. I mean, what I'm saying is I put I drizzle honey across my fruit on the top of my fruit bowl because I just like it like that. But now as a mod, do you want me to block and time out people who is talking? Yes, yes, yes. That's what they do. That's what. Yes, please. Yes, please, and thank you. Yes. Um. So, is Crystal in here? I thought you said Crystal. Did Crystal pop in here and I missed her? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Definitely right now, though, I'm fasting. This is my third day. And I'm setting myself up to enter into my parasite cleanse. For y'all that didn't see the video on parasite cleanse and how parasites show up in your body, I don't know if you know, but they actually come out of your skin and signs of like acne. It shows. Oh, there's. Hey, Crystal. I did not see her in here. Was she in here all along? Oh, at 9:47 she came in here and said that. I did not see that. Peace and love to you, Crystal. See how that's crazy because that was happening on her live when I was on her live. She couldn't see me. What in the world? Peace and love, Crystal. I was not intentionally not seeing you. I did not see you. I didn't do it. But I'm on this iPad and the iPad do a little bit of different things. But good night. I don't know if she's going to bed and we're saying good night, like see you later. Oh, yeah, I can see you. I thought you were saying good night, like good night, have a good night. You was getting ready to go. I'm just waiting for my sister to see the message before I leave the house. But now I'm fasting right now, and it's going to take me right into the line up with right up into the spring. So that's cool. Let me see what the dates are. Let me see what spring's supposed to be this year. Usually it's on the 21st or something like that. Let's see when it is. Girl, when is spring? This year. Daylight savings time is March 9th. Answer me this. Why they be changing the time? For what reason? I know it's in March. But I done went through every day in March and it has not come up that it's spring. Because the spring solstice and the winter solstice and the summer solstice, I'm there for it. That's what it usually is, March 21st, but it would say on the calendar, at least I think it would. Let me see what it looked like. Let me just type it in Google. Hey Siri, when is spring? March 20th it says. It don't say it on the calendar. It do not say it on the calendar. Usually it is the 21st. So, with that being said, from where I'm at right now, so come Sunday, 16, 7, that's 1, 2, 3. It'll take me right up to literally 1, 2, 3. It'll take me literally to the spring. Now watch, this is what reason I came on here talking about alignment. I was also talking about the 88 universal laws. It all is in alignment. I was also talking about how I speak of someone and they show up and it just happened again, another one, right? But I was talking about that because I was listening to myself tell me, and I felt like it's a universal energy that tells me what to do. I call them my spiritual team, right? It could be, your ancestors. It could be, whatever it is that you subscribe to that's for you, right? That's speaking to you. For I'm speaking to me, I'm listening to me, and I'm telling me what to do. And I'm listening to my first mind. My first mind told me Tuesday when I woke up, you're fasting. And I said, okay, right. I already been there before. I've been here before back in January of 2024. That happened, and it happened again. And so I ended up fasting. I'm fasting. I fasted Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. Now, the last time I did this, I was told to eat the next day. I have not been told to eat the next day. So I don't know if I need to be doing a continual fast until Sunday when I start my parasite cleanse and then introduce the raw foods into the diet. However, the raw foods, I was going to do all raw and do the parasite cleanse for um, the with the herbs and the capsules that I'm going to be taking. Let me show y'all what they look like. I know I showed y'all the package, but let me show y'all what they look like. So the capsules look like, I don't know if y'all can see them in there. Those are the capsules of this. And so I'll be taking, and the instructions is to take 3 daily with water, of course, plenty of water. You take it and you take it down, and then it's recommended on a raw diet. So that's why I'm doing raw, because if you eat, it can do. You want to see the package? I can put the website in my I could put the website in my description of this video. It's definitely in the description of my video. I fasted, and this was my 1-year journey, and this is what happened video, because that's where I was talking about the parasite cleanse there too. But the parasite cleanse, I'm going to do that, and it's going to lead me right up to. I just looked at it. I mean, this is crazy, because I thought it was going to lead me there, but I didn't even I didn't have no thought process in this. I told you, I woke up Tuesday and that's what it was. I wasn't even thinking about spring was coming or nothing until I was on this live today having this conversation. Again, I'm talking to y'all, but again, I'll be talking to myself. I told you I talk to myself a lot. You should be talking to yourself too. Now, I looked at the dates just now and I counted it up. If I start fasting on the 16th, I mean, I'm not fasting, my raw, and do my cleanse with my things, I would definitely do so. The 16th is a Sunday. Then you got the 23rd, is the next Sunday. That's 1 week. The 2nd, the 9th. That's 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The 16th to the 16th of March is that Sunday. That following Thursday is spring. The spring solstice. I said, don't nothing happen new until the spring. So the new year is literally the spring. Right? So if you think about it, the new year is spring because everything is new. How can the new year be January 1 when everything is dead and dormant? What's growing on January 1? What's growing at that time? Does anyone even have crops at that time? I don't even know, because I'm trying to learn the gardening thing. And I live in a state where there's a lot of farms and things here where I'm at, but to my knowledge, they shut down right now. So they're not doing anything. They might be getting ready to start to toil the land to do what they need to do to plant to get ready. And that's what I was saying. You get your body ready and plant it in and allowing it to get ready to prepare for the harvest. Because it's harvest time, y'all. It's harvest time. You a spring baby. What's your birthday? April what? Your birthday April or May? I mean April or March. So I'm a summer baby. I love the summer. I love the spring. Actually, spring is probably my favorite, and then summer is my second. Summer is my second because spring is always, meant that it was getting ready to be warm, and it used to be different back in the day. Being warm, and back in the day, we used to be hot in the spring. It didn't used. To, I mean, it used to get really warm in the spring, and now it's still kind of chilly when it comes down to spring. It's not as nice as it used to be. I knew you were April baby. I could feel it. I know them April babies. I know them April babies. And I could tell you was not a March baby. I know what you are. Ah, you are Aries baby. Aries. I know my signs. You are Aries all day. Okay, Fatima, we not doing this today. That right there, we not getting ready to do. My twins is April 5th. This is too much for me. Me, I know that she's my reflection. Yes, yes, yes. Um, Fatima know what I'm talking about. She like, well, I'm talking like we're not doing this today. We do this every day. We find out something new every day, and we be like, what, what? Yeah. Wow. April 9th, April 5th. Wow. So yeah. Um, and my Aries babies, they kind of chilled. You know what I'm saying? But they um yes, we do. It's a lot. It's a lot. All the way down to from kids to situations to everything. Like it's a lot. And I mean, even aspirations to, a degree there as well, the connection is strong. And that's how I know that, somebody, you can feel the frequency of someone. And Fatima don't even feel like a stranger to me. Like, I mean, I'm not saying any of you feel like a stranger, but what I'm saying is it don't feel like, I feel like I've been knowing her a long time. Like, I just feel like I've been knowing her. It's just really a different feeling. And sometimes you can feel that when you come in contact with some people. You can feel it right away. And it could be through a screen like this. You know what I mean? It could be through over the internet. Another one that I feel connected to. I just met them, but I feel like I'm like that's like my sister already. And I don't think I just met them. I think that we all have met before in another lifetime, or we intermingled on another realm. Uh, definitely. I feel like we already knew each other. Like I think we met before. We just don't remember it because you know when you are born, you forget. So you don't know who you know. Sometimes you're connected to someone because I do think that past lives exist because it's so much. If you think about how much it is that that we don't know, so much that's unknown, that's so unknown, we don't know. I think that it is past lives that exist because I think in the past life that I knew Fatima. I definitely know that I knew Coach Norene. Um, I just feel like I knew them before, and I could feel their energy. Feels it's a different. I can't explain it to you. If I can't try to explain it. I think that we remember things that happen. I think when something comes to us, it's not that we like. Oh my gosh! I thought I can't. I can't. You're not gonna believe what came to me. I think you just remembered it. because I think it was already there. I think it was there from a time previous, and you remembered it, opposed to it being um, a thought of something that came to you. I think you remembered it. That's what I think happened. I mean, I'm very try to make everything logical to myself, meaning that things that seem tangible in in the natural, that's like tangible in the natural, not so much supernatural, that I think actually happens. So I don't know what happens after life, because I never, I mean, well, I think I have been here before, so I ain't gonna say I never died. I probably did, and I came back again, you know. Um, because if you think about it, it's always said that, we're made in the image of God, and God is said to be reincarnated over and over and over again, and we are those reincarnations. We are that. Think about that. Think about that. I think about that kind of stuff. You know, who creates life? We have all the abilities. We have all the abilities of what's been described as God. We have all the abilities that is described as God. Returning to light. I was just talking about earlier, you weren't on here, but I was just talking about how this is just flesh and bones. This is just something that, this is, we don't, this is even, we don't even need, well, we use this as a tool. This is our body comes in as a tool, something that allows us to intermingle, interchange, exchange. Um, but it's really our temple. And you're supposed to keep your temple right, take care of it. So, absolutely, we need to do that. So, I gotta go, y'all, because it's late. I started to do it on the reverse. I started to go to my mom's and then get on live. And then I was like, no, because when I get back, I really need to continue to prep for this weekend. Once again, I'm just going to tap in and let y'all know that I will be collabing and growing with my sister, Fatima, at Ghana Africa Bound. If you're not connected with Fatima, get connected. She's a MVP of the supporters. She's also an awesome and wonderful person, great spirit, somebody that you want to be connected with, whether you have some um, I had a dream. Wait a minute, what? I had the dream. I didn't see you go. I was watching content. You didn't see me go where? You didn't see me go live? Okay. I don't know what she's saying. I'm sure she's gonna explain it before we get off here. But I'm gonna let you um, everyone go. We also have coming up Rooted in Essentials Oils is coming up for March 8th. So mark your calendars for that, 6:22 p.m. I'm collabing with quite a few others. I'll have some dates and times for you for those as well. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. I am so excited. You writing questions? See, okay, I had a dream from the other day. I can't even see what it say because this thing keep blanking out. I'm sorry, this thing is blinking out. I can't get the screen to. Y'all still here? The iPad died. That's crazy. I didn't even know you could come back to the live after your device died. I just learned something today. But y'all see, I done got ready to go out the door. So, whew, I was typing to y'all from the phone. I'm going to say peace and love, and I'll talk to y'all on the next live. Thank you for watching. Peace and love. I'm out.